Welcome to our community. Susie Thomas with you, and we are visiting this morning with Marie Senefton Dietz from the Canton Calvary Mission. Good morning.
Thank you for having me.
Well, it's great having you. Marie, first of all, for folks who are not familiar, what is the Canton Calvary Mission?
Canton Calvary Mission is a nonprofit agency located at 1345 Gibbs Avenue Northeast in Canton that focuses mainly on food programs and on programs for kids.
Are you related to a church of any kind or freestanding?
We were started in 2001 by the United Methodist Church. We're in the former Calvary United Methodist Church building, and the church closed at the end of 2000, and our district opened us up as a mission because the services and things that were going on in the neighborhood, the church wanted to be involved there and have an outreach there.
And, so going on about 15 years now?
We are celebrating 15 years.
Cool. Congratulations.
Thank you. It's exciting.
And I know now you are or have been, or you tell me, are you one of the organizations that when the Malone University students go into the streets, I know they do some volunteering and that our paths have crossed in that way?
Yes. We do have Malone students that come when for the freshmen come into the streets, and then we also have students that come for service learning hours.
Well, tell us a little bit about the mission and your mission, and what do you do for our community?
Well, we do lots of things. Our two main focus areas are food programs and kid programs. So with food programs, we have a food pantry, and it's open every Wednesday from 9:30 to 11:45 and from 1 to 2, the third Thursday of the month and the first Saturday of the month. It's a client choice pantry, so folks can come in and get a shopping cart and pick groceries off the shelves, which gives people more independence. Instead of just receiving a bag, they get to choose what goes in their bags.
Oh, is that unique to this area? I don't think I've heard of something like that.
The food bank is trying to get all pantries to go to client choice pantry. So there are many others that do it that way too.
Okay.
Some still pack bags and give them out, but client choice is really a good way to go.
Really nice. I mean, the dignity there to be able to just go ahead and go through shopping aisles and choose what your family likes to eat.
Right.
Now, how do you get the food, and do you have enough variety of the different kinds? Wow, how do you stay stocked?
We are a part of the Akron-Canton Regional Food Bank, so at least once a week, usually twice a week, we make a trip up there and we purchase food or get food from them. We also get food through food drives. The Stark County Hunger Task Force supports us, and they support us financially so that we can buy food from the food bank, and also through food drives that they have too. Individuals bring food in, churches bring food in. We have a church that does a meat ministry, so every Wednesday they bring in 165 pounds of hamburger for us.
Wow.
Which is a blessing because protein items and meat are very expensive, and a lot of pantries have trouble getting them. So we are very lucky we have that meat ministry to help
When
us.
I think of food drives, I think of everybody asking for non-perishable items. So to have something perishable like meat, do you also have produce and milk and these kinds of things? How do you store this?
Well, we do have produce. We get what we can from the food bank. In the summer, farmers might bring us leftover produce. This week at Pantry, our folks are actually going to be getting yogurt and lunch meat and a few other items like that. We have 15 refrigerators and freezers in our building going to store things for all of our food programs. So.
And so these are like in the line as they're going through, or do you pull them out while they're shopping?
The perishable things like the meat, we have a table that we put those on. The produce we put out on tables, and we get it in like 100-pound bags. So we have volunteers that bag it so people can carry it home.
Oh,
Most
goodness,
of our
that's so
folks either walk or ride the bus, so they can't carry a 20-pound bag of potatoes plus other stuff. Milk products are hard to get. The food bank offers shelf-stable milk sometimes, so we do try to take advantage of that.
Like Carnation instant milk, people can add
And
water.
shelf-stable milk is just a liquid milk that you can keep on the shelf until you open it,
I've never heard of that.
and it's just as good when it's cold.
Oh my goodness.
People kind of are afraid of it at first, but
Yeah, can this possibly
okay.
be all right?
it's all right.
That's amazing. Wow, very interesting. Okay, we're speaking with Marie Senefton Dietz. She is, what is your title there?
Executive director.
Executive Director at the Canton Calvary Mission. What is the criteria for someone to be able to use your services?
For the food pantry, they have to meet state and federal financial guidelines. And so when folks come in, they register at a computer and they will sign a form on the computer. They'll electronically sign now. We are in the technological age now, I guess you'd
Yes.
say. So they actually will sign a form on the computer saying that they meet those guidelines. Also, for our pantry, they need to bring a photo ID. Well, for all pantries connected with the food bank, they do a photo ID, something that tells where they live, a piece of mail with their address on it. That's about it for
Okay.
the criteria for the food pantry.
And you said you've got several food programs?
We do. We have many food programs.
Well, tell me about more of them. This is great.
We also have a direct distribution the first Monday of every month. The food bank comes down with a semi, backs it up to our door, and unloads 14 to 16 pallets of mainly produce,
Wow.
which is a big blessing
Yes.
because when you go shopping, you know how much produce
Yes,
costs.
yes.
Poverty diets are lacking in produce and good food, fresh food. So the food bank brings down those pallets of food. It's usually 10, 12,000 pounds that we
Wow.
end up getting. And they'll have some other miscellaneous items with it. You never know. They might be bottled water. There's always bread and baked goods. Some months we'll have cake mixes or things like that. But the bulk of it is produce. So we are the Stark County distribution site for that. So people from all over Stark County come and they start lining up at 7:30 in the morning for our 2 o'clock distribution. But they can leave with over 120 pounds of food usually when they come.
It's just amazing. And you mentioned that many of the people are walking. How do they get food home? Are there shopping carts that they can take or borrow, or and when you're riding the bus, I mean, I'm thinking
It
of
is
little ladies
difficult.
trying to carry
I
these
know.
things.
A lot of folks will bring their own carts. They're, the kind that you see people walking down the street with. And also they'll bring suitcases with wheels on them,
Okay.
backpacks, all kinds of different ways that they get their things home. A lot of folks are, walking to the bus, which stops right in front of our building twice an hour, which is really great.
That's helpful.
Or they might get a ride that will bring them in, or they are walking. So that is one of the challenges of going to a food pantry, is getting your stuff home.
Wow. Okay. We're speaking with Marie Senefton Dietz. She's from Canton Calvary Mission. You said you had lots and lots of food programs.
Oh, we do.
Lots of ways to get people fed in our area.
We do.
How else can we help them?
We have hot meals every Wednesday. We have hot lunch. And a lot of the food for hot lunch comes from Community Harvest, which is a food rescue agency in the area. We work very closely with them. We have a couple other suppliers that are giving us chicken. So we have the basis for lots of meals between those three places.
Who's making these meals?
We have a kitchen supervisor. His name is Robert Parker, and he is the best cook around.
Wow.
He gets many compliments for his food. So he does Wednesdays.
Yeah.
The mission provides that Wednesday meal, but then we also serve on Saturday evening. And those meals are adopted by either churches or classes, family groups, co-workers, different groups of people, and they will supply the food and come and serve it cleanup. And so it's a really nice mission project for some groups to do.
Absolutely. One of the goals of this program is to just get some of these things on people's radar. So if someone listening right now is saying, my office would love to do something like this, or our Sunday school group, our Bible study would love to take a night, how can they contact you?
They can call the mission at 330-454-8610.
Can you give that one more time, please?
330-454-8610.
And you are located
1345 Gibbs Avenue Northeast.
Okay. And is there a website, Marie?
Yes, we have a new website.
All righty.
It is really cool, too. It's www.cantoncalvarymission.net.
Okay. That's easy enough. CantonCalvaryMission.net. Great. All right. Well, I didn't want to cut you off. What other food programs have we got?
Well, we have more.
Okay.
We have a Backpack for Kids program.
Nice.
That is every Friday all year long. And I think we're in our 8th year of it. So it has been a very cool program. We have 150 kids registered for that. And
when you say all year long, does that include the summer months?
Yes, we do.
School
Summer
and not
too.
school.
We do school year and summer. Mm-hmm.
And how does that work?
They come on Fridays and they pick up a bag of food that has 2 breakfasts, 2 lunches, and some snacks in it. And that is for their weekend food. In our neighborhood, in the neighborhood school, which is across the street from us, they're 99.8% poverty. So they're all getting free breakfast and free lunch at school. So when you're home for the weekend or for the summer, what's in the cupboard is very limited, and it puts a very big strain on budgets that might not even exist. So we try to feed the kids whenever we see them and whenever we can. So Backpack for Kids is one of the ways that we do that. Stark County Hunger Task Force also supports us in that and getting some of the food for that program.
I think it's just so hard to fathom the idea of a weekend at home with no food in the cupboard and no way to get any.
Or at least no nutritious food.
Yes.
They might have junk food and things like that.
The diet, I'm sure that's on everyone's mind. How do we help these kids become healthy adults? What they're eating is so important. The nutrition, how do you address the nutritional part of it?
Well, we also have a summer feeding program. It's through the Ohio Department of Education. So those meals have to follow certain nutritional requirements. So we make sure that they're getting those meals in the summer, breakfast and lunch. During the school year, the meals at school follow the same guidelines as from the ODE. During the summer, we have to follow those too. So they're getting a good breakfast and lunch from us if they're coming to eat at our summer feeding site.
Are you finding they like it? Kids are kids. And I know at one of the organizations I work with, we can't get them to eat salad to save our lives.
What? Sometimes they like it.
Okay.
Well, they like fresh vegetables dipped in ranch dip.
Okay.
Anything with ranch dip or
So
hot
find
sauce
a way.
is, okay. They won't eat everything we put in front of them, but at least we try.
Yeah.
And our kids also, in the summer, have planted a garden. We've been doing raised bed gardening. So the kids have put the soil in the boxes. They have planted the plants and the seeds, tended them and harvested them. So they've been willing to taste some new vegetables.
That is brilliant. To have some kids invest in the growing of it in the first place, and then they've got a little ownership and might give it a try.
They are so surprised when they see carrots being pulled out of the ground or
Yeah.
potatoes being pulled out of the ground.
So cool. All right. We're visiting with Marie Senefton Dietz. She is the Executive Director of Canton Calvary Mission. We'll be back with more after these words. You're listening to Our Community.